Well, first off, Happy New Year to everybody. New Year's Day. That's amazing that we're playing on this day. Don't they usually play the Rose Bowl on this day, New Year's Day? On a real serious note, before you guys even ask, we heard about Dory Munson passed away. You guys all know that, right? Heard that. For years, he and I worked on the show together, and got to know him well in that mode. But miss the guy, man. The guy has a lot of talent, was a special guy, and all that. So unfortunate. I don't know anything about the circumstances, of course, but we'll miss him. On this New Year's Day, we had a good football day. We had a really good football day. Across the board, everybody played like we were hoping. We were able to play like the complimentary football where we made the turnovers. We had field position when we could have done better in the red zone, but we did a lot of really positive things all day long. Offense did not turn the football over. We're +3 for the day. Is huge day for us in that regard. A lot of cool things happened. We ran the ball really well today. Ken had a great day running it, and DJ had a really good day too in his complimentary stuff that he did. It was interesting. We didn't get the ball to DK or to Tyler much at all, but we had enough stuff going, and the tight ends did a really good job. And we saw a lot of Colby today, and it fit together really well. Terrific for the defense to get through a day. And no touchdowns. That's hard to do that in this league, and great to see those guys do that. It looks like we're making a little move. We played definitely better in some areas last week, and then we came back and did it again this week. We got big finish coming up, so it was a really good day.
Getting Darrell Taylor in the pass rush going, just what's that mean?
Yeah, it's great, man. He's really he's finding himself. He's still learning. He's still young at this position, and he's got such a great burst. He runs the edge so well that's what he needs to always feature in his approach. And that first, you better hang with him. And then there's a lot of counter stuff that happens from there. But he's really getting on the edge really well and doing a great job. So, and really, Q Jeff too had a sack and a half today, and it was close on a couple others. We had 10 hits today, which is really big time for us, and so it worked out well.
How's Jordan Brooks?
I don't know yet. He's going to get imaging now. He hurt his knee, but I don't know. We don't know any specifics right now. Keep our fingers crossed. Tyler got banged on his right lower leg in the game, and it just bothered him. And so he tried to get warm, tried to get loose, and stayed in to do that. And then he came back and got out there and got on the field again, so he could do it. And then at the very end, we held him out. So knowing that next week's coming up and all that. So we'll have to wait and see.
Did he make it through okay, finger-wise?
No issue. Yeah, no issue.
It's
just an amazing statement in itself. I tried to not talk about it going into the game, but his attitude has just been unbelievable, and his attitude has been believable. It's been Tyler-like, fantastic approach. I'm playing, and nothing's going to stop me. I mean, you guys see what he's got in his hand. He'd be really impressed at how he did that.
You mentioned Tyler and DK not being blocked today. How important was the production you got from your tight ends?
Did you say tight ends?
Yeah,
it was really important. We needed them today, and so it just kind of happened that day. It was one of those days. It was not by intention at all. Just the way the game went, and so that I feel bad for those guys because they want to contribute and all that, but they'll come roaring back, and then it's not a significant issue really at all.
After the last couple of weeks or kind of slow starts for the offense, how good is it to get right out of the gate?
Yeah, great. We got the big turnover right off the bat too, and we really could have had a huge day today. We did not, convert the way we wanted to around the 20-yard line, and we need to be better there and be more efficient to get those touchdowns. But it was great to get out ahead. Great to play with the lead. It was fun to be in that position, and the guys held on great.
A turnover-free game. Had one of those.
Yeah, well, like I said, we had three turnovers today, and a great pick. Great return, shameful return by Quandre coming up the sidelines, but he was having fun. But fitting together, no turnovers on offense, and the big three for the defense. That's great. I thought the kicking game was solid today, really solid. I'm thinking we went down thinking that Xavier got a block on that punt, which is great, and Mike punted the ball beautifully today.
What does it mean going in last week of the season? You got the playoffs on the line, kind of a winner in
It's
game.
amazing what we're trying to be. This was playoff weekend this weekend, and we got another one next week. Let's go. We'll be we're ready to go on. We got to see if we can make that happen.
Guys in there are talking about committing to the run and how that's changed here the last week and a half, the second half of the Kansas City game. I'm assuming that was the emphasis, but is it fair to say it's a lot easier to do that when you have the lead as quickly as you did today?
There's no doubt. Yeah, there's no doubt. Yes, yeah, and it also leads to the turnovers and all of that. Everything fits together, and that was a great model of how we'd like it to go. And we'll try, we create it again.
Pete, you guys have had Tyler Mabry for a while, but just how cool was it for him to get out there and get some
Yeah,
playing time,
the
get that
coolest
first
thing
touchdown?
about that is the way the guys reacted. You know, he's been here for a long time and been waiting for an opportunity like that and to get in the end zone. And the guys were crazy about it. On the field, one, and in the locker room, two. Just fired up for him, you know. And they're fired up today for Cade Johnson. Got a first chance to get some play time, you know, going into the game, you know, coming off the practice squad, and so whenever those guys get a chance. But it was what was remarkable about it is how much they loved Tyler. You could tell, and just the way they responded. It's really cool.
What happened with Phil Haynes?
Sprained his ankle.
How's he doing from what you know?
I don't know that, but it's legitimately a sprained ankle, so we'll have to wait and see.
What do you think of Geno's day?
I thought he was solid. I thought he did a good, solid job of taking care of business. We didn't do well enough on third down. Need to take a look and see why that happened. That's really 2 weeks in a row that we were not the way we need to be on third down. You know, but I thought he was resourceful and he creative and made some terrific plays. And we were just eyelashed from, you know, a couple other ones, you know, the one up the sidelines and in the end zones and all that. I got a pretty good description about the explanation about the PIs that everybody's hooting about. Of course, I wasn't hooting that much about it. Why did I say that? Yes, I was. Anyway, but you know, the league is calling pass interference differently, and the numbers are way down, and they're acknowledging the combative part of it. And if they're both battling for it, they're not going to likely call a penalty unless there's something egregious that happens in the midst of that. And so when you see their DB and we're going up for the ball and there's contact and the guy's not looking back for the football, but they're both kind of hand fighting, they let that go now. And the DPIs are way down, and that's part of it. Nothing wrong with that. That's just the way they're calling it.
What changed with the run defense? The first couple series, they got some runs, and then you guys completely.
Yeah,
shut
we
down.
had to fix a couple things, and we were in the adjustment mode throughout the first half, and then we came right out in the second half and banged it the same place and knocked it down. And they stopped running them, you know. So there's a couple really technical things that we didn't do right, really basic fundamental stuff, and then we just had to do better, and we eventually got adjusted.
DJ Dallas and the passing and I think he had 55 receiving or something like that. What do you think of the way DJ played?
I thought he played a great game. I mean, he was all over both aspects of it: the pass game, run game, pass pro too. He had a couple good blocks. So I thought he had one of his better games, you know, and he ran hard, ran tough, you know, and it was really nice 1-2 punch the way that was hitting. So it felt good.
Jets with Mike White and the quarterback have been a lot more consistent. I mean, what changed today to really shut them down?
Mike White?
Yeah.
Yeah. He got hit a lot today. You know, the pass rush was good. You know, we got 10 hits on him and 4 sacks. You know, so it was a tough day in that regard. But he's a tough kid. He kept coming back. He's already shown how tough he is. You know, he's been playing with a big time injury, and he's a stud of a kid. I guess I don't know him at all, but that's what I would take away from that. But we also had our hand on some balls today too. You know, guys, we could have had 4 or 5 today. You know, and we were close. So I thought we made it hard on them, and guys did a good job.
How did you feel that McCody and Tanner played once Jordan went
I
out?
thought they did pretty well, you know, passing game and running game. I thought they did well. It's great to see Tanner have that much play time. I would hate the reason why, but Kobe went right to Mike and took it over, and Tanner jumped up, and away we went. So it was a really nice answer. Let's also say that Stone Forsythe did a nice job today. He did really well, and that's 2 good games in a row for us, and we're really pleased about that.
Do you think Abe can come back next week, or do you know? Or
I don't know that yet. I don't know. There's a good chance. Because we just had to rest him. He just didn't respond well enough, but he'll have to respond, you know. So we'll see.
What about Ryan Dale?
I don't know that. I won't know until we start the week.
Sorry. How big a boost did you get from Al Woods today in terms of the pressure?
You know, I don't know how much you know, Al got to really make plays. He had a couple really good ones. Just to have him out there is great. He's a leader, and they love him, and he's a stud of a guy out there. They had a great, great just stop and play. You know, he picks the guy up and throws him in the ground just to show, you know, who's the biggest, baddest guy out there. And and we really love having him out there. We missed him when he wasn't out.
With all the help you guys needed from other teams, like playoff-wise, were you keeping your eye on the scoreboard today?
No, not too much. Early, before the game, but I don't know what happened much. I don't know the scores right now. I don't know what happened. Focus.
Do you know if you're playing Saturday or Sunday yet?
We don't know yet. Supposed to find out later today.
Anything else?
All right, guys. Happy New Year.